Cause as they raising your spirits, you start embracing.
A vision of seeing a world living in unity through love.
Oh, you know we had to do it, right? Brother empowerment.
It's been a long
Helping brothers to break through without breaking. With international viewership. That means that we are getting our message worldwide and nothing can stop us from showing our brothers and their family love. So you know we had to do it right. Come on now. Brother empowerment. We about to do it. Let's go. We love you guys. Come on,
Let's go, let's go. My brother hit my phone, said, bro, let's go, let's go. We gotta build a home, we gotta build a throne, somewhere that we can roam. Let's get these brothers up to start to build each other up. It's time for us to level up and power. Yeah, we stepping up higher from the fire that ignited from the heavens up. Now it can't expire, cause my brother's always checking up. On me, put your blessings up. Homie, never letting up. On me said, call me if you need, and couldn't believe it. I finally found brothers that's healing, now I receive it. Cause they invited me to breathe in all of the meaning of the true brotherly love. Just what I needed, man, it's such a vibe to build with brothers through the struggles. Man, it's such a high to have them help you through your troubles, make you feel alive. Cause as they raising your spirits, you start embracing, you're fearless. You can't deny that you're clearing all the demons from your heart, wishing it from the start. To any brother that wanna step in and be a part, cause it's easier to do it together than be apart. Hope to be the beacons of light that can shine in the dark.
Come on, let's go.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
Hey, good people.
It is Thursday. So you know what that means? It
It's
is.
Brother Empowerment Day.
So if this is your first time watching Brother Empowerment, we don't know where you've been for the whole year.
Word.
Because we only have one more episode, man, for this year. Man, this year has been something.
Yeah.
So instead of talking about your week, bro, how your year been?
Oh.
Talk about the year.
Oh, how much time we have? Oh.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Nah, man. Yo, this year has been a year of so much growth, but also so much reflection and discomfort. Man,
Okay.
it's just been so many things roll up into one, man. But it's been one just really of growth. That's what's been taking place more than anything has been growth. And I'll say reflection. At that time, that's about 50-50. Like the growth and reflection, man, it's just, yeah. And man, you know, I can't say that I would want to be anywhere else because I'm in a good place, man. And I've got great people that I'm connected to. So this year has been, I mean, pandemic aside, because that's been here for now, what, going on 3 years?
Pandemically speaking.
You know, the panorama, you know what I'm saying, has been here. So, but that aside, man, it's just been, it's really been an intense year. I'll say that. It's been an intense year on a lot of fronts. And hopefully 2022 has the same amount of growth, but just not as much intensity and discomfort.
Ooh, you said a mouthful there because I was actually thinking a lot about my year because I am speaking about it more.
Mm-hmm.
And this year has definitely been for me a year of loss.
Yeah.
On so many different fronts, physically, emotionally, financially, mentally. There have been a lot of loss. But I have to agree with you. I have to count it all joy and count it a gain because there are things that I don't know if there's any other way that things could have happened.
Okay.
And so I'm in a process of shifting my mindset to realize that no matter what happens to you, you don't change who you are. Like, you know how people say situations change a person? They don't change us. What we end up doing a lot of times is abandoning who we are for the sake of revenge or for the sake of just giving up. Like sometimes it's like, I'm gonna show people I'm never gonna let somebody do that to me again. Or it's the other way around, like, you know what, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes we think that situations change us, but they can't change us because we are who we are. We are who we're created to be. They cannot change us. Either we die to it, give to it, or abandon it, but we don't change who we are. And a lot of times people will have you thinking that you need to change who you are because of circumstances and situations. And I can't say that that's true. I can say it's easy. It's easy to feel that way. It's easy to think that way. It's easy to do those things, but yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of the quotes that we saw earlier, man, where it says, you know, remember where it said,
You gonna say the quote?
No. I'm gonna say one of the ones we didn't choose.
Oh,
you know, remember
I'm like, you gonna say this quote?
Yeah, remember
which
one?
Remember
where it said, you know, change who you are, you change what you do.
I thought we used that one, but
I don't think that we.
If it come up, we'll just.
Yeah,
I said this is the one, Cordell. This one.
Yeah, it's like the quote said, you know, you don't change, you know, who you are, only what you do.
Yeah.
Know? So it's you know, you're right, man.
So that's where I'm at, and I'm still trying to kind of like, you know, find that footing, because especially when you're a runner, it is easy to run out of something. And we gotta do some things differently. Yeah. Okay. So now let me see.
We got Chanel in the house. Hey, Chanel. We got
Bootski.
She-Hulk, aka my Booski, in the building. Hey, Boo. We got Jason in the house.
I thought Ahmed was going to be here based on. I don't know if he's going to show up because he had a little emergency.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He had something that came up that may have him tied up. Yeah, we're.
What's up,
hey, cuz. Hey, Jason. No, we sit. Look, we not reading no script. We inviting people to the show.
I'm about to say we never go. We never have a script. What's up, Rick, bro? Hey, Shantika in YouTube land. What's up, big sis?
Hey, Tara. What's going on, bro?
What's going on?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's happening?
Sorry, I'm a little late.
No, it is actually you was right on time. We was reflecting because we were saying like, out of this calendar year, we got one more show. So like, how would you describe your year this year?
Yeah.
Not your week, but this year for you.
Man, this year's ups and downs, probably the worst year of my life.
Okay.
Worst year of my life. Like, I've lost so many people close to me. Yeah. You know? And it wasn't even from COVID. It was like other causes that, you know, took them out. I lost my mom, my grandfather, my aunt. I lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty rough, but you know, what doesn't kill you make you a little stronger. So I'm still thankful for this year. I had every year above ground is great for me. So
that is one of the silver linings of that. Yeah.
I like how you went to old Southern grandma just that quick. Let me see. Look, you got a special shout out.
Yep, of course.
Hey, what's up, love?
So let's get into it, bro. You had perfect time, and you ready?
Mm-hmm.
May the forces of evil become confused on the way to your house. George Carlin.
The great George Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Is that related to like, you know how people like to bring maybe like the problems from work into their homes and basically leave that out the door, or whatever problems you having outside, don't bring that into your home, right?
Yeah.
George Carlin, what's he a singer, right?
Nah, he's a comedian.
Oh, right. He's like dark humor.
Yeah, I actually picked this quote out, and George Carlin is considered by many to be one of the, or some people say arguably the greatest comedian of all time. I don't personally think so, but I think he's in that top probably 10 to 15 conversation. But he definitely had real politically charged and also cynical humor, but it was very, very intelligently and philosophically laced, as you can see by the quote. I don't know if he ever said this in one of his bits or one of his specials, but this to me just says that, you know, it speaks to me of the way you live your life and you carry yourself. Hopefully, by keeping your nose clean, physically, spiritually, all that evil, you know, does not find its way to your safe space, your, you know, your home, your, you know, just the space where you reside.
Yeah, and it's funny because I thought E was going to go that way, and I was like, oh, he didn't. I immediately went to like a spiritual place.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I almost looked at this like a prayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, may the dark ones get confused. Like whoever was trying to come to your house with that drama, with that confusion, whoever was sent to your temple to try to cause any type of destruction, may they get confused on their way, meaning literally lose your address on the way and go somewhere else. Don't come to me with that mess. I really looked at this as protection. And I say that a lot of times, I don't think we realize how much we praise evil. Mm-hmm. We praise like the bad, like we give it so much attention but how many invitations do we give good things to happen in our lives?
Word.
You know, let me ask you, if you could weigh it on a scale between the good things and the bad things, what do you think is more upheld in what we see? What's advertised more?
Definitely negativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think negativity, and I think that we have grown so accustomed to the invitation and the expectation of negativity. We look at good things as if it's fake, phony, untrue, a fairy tale. We talk people out of being good because we expect evil into our lives. And it's like, that's why, to be honest, I got to separate from people like that.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to get into that mentality of like, you don't never have a good day.
Yeah, your life is horrible every day.
Like every day something is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like
no
good days. My bad. No good moments.
Yeah.
Even if the whole day is trash, do you get a good moment?
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that like I needed to come out of that because you know, people don't realize how much they give an invitation to negativity. And I had to choose happiness. And matter of fact, my brother said this a long time ago. He said, good things are supposed to happen to you. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, if you do good and you're a good person, good things are supposed to happen to you. You shouldn't be surprised that good things happen to you if you are a good person. That's not saying that bad things may not happen, but you shouldn't be shocked and surprised that good things, because good things are happening for you if you're a good person.
That's exactly where I was.
Myself.
We invite the bad things because we get surprised at the good things that happen to us. You know, how often do people say, well, yeah, man, things are going too good, you know, something bad about to happen,
too good to be true.
You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, you know, I'm just gonna expect the worst. Why not expect the best? Why are we why are we negotiating, you know what I'm saying, with negativity and malice? Like, you know, why are we choosing that? You know,
do you guys have healthy social media timelines? Like when you scroll down, are you predominantly following positive people, or do you see a whole lot of is the negativity the same on your timeline as it is advertised in the world?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that fortunately for me, my social media is basically Love is a Parable. So everybody is some type of way connected to Love is a Parable, even when they start out as not being like Jason. They end up being connected some type of way to Love is a Parable. And I'm fortunate for that because we did start out as a social media organization. There are some people who like to invite negativity, but one of the things that I like is the people that are connected to me tend to not give energy to negativity. And I've been fortunate, even on social media, not to entertain that. Like even when somebody like random be like, "Who is this dude?" You know, social media family already got that handled.
Yeah.
Tara said, "I like the way E put that. The evil you're packing, not a third party."
Word.
Look, Chanel been preaching all day today, bro. She been talking about scripture, everything. I'm proud of you. Get me behind me, Satan. Fear is advertised more.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Okay, and Jason said, he's just raw and unapologetic. Some people connect with his humor. Oh, he's talking about the comedian. His humor, and others may not. But I think he meant that although you may be acting a certain type of way, hopefully that comedic action confuses the evil that follows. Because sometimes we do things that aren't meant in well-being and humor, but others take a different hold of it, make it something different.
Yeah, George Conner is definitely raw and unapologetic. He did not care what people thought, for sure. And as I'll say is, as far as my timeline, I would definitely say that it is overwhelmingly positive. And to go into that doesn't mean that sometimes that it's cheery Disney movie type stuff every day, because people do go through things. But I'll say that at one point in time, my timeline was a little negative. This was years ago, but now I got to the habit of routinely pruning my timeline of people who really just kind of, they make it seem like it's their job to come online and brew negativity and stuff like that. I prune a lot of that stuff out of my timeline every so often, probably at least once a quarter. I go through and just clean up my timeline, because social media, and I say it all the time, it is a faceless, nameless, colorless, malleable thing. You can make it whatever you want it to be. You can make it a weapon. You can make it an escape route from actuality. You can make it whatever you want. So I choose to make my social media presence in my timeline something that is positive and something that I can glean information or something positive from.
What do you say about yours, E? How's your timeline?
It's a mix. Some people just that's just their MO. It's just, you just know what you're gonna get out of them. You're cool with them, so you don't just block them and unfollow them. It just, it kind of trains me to be comfortable around the fact that negativity will exist, and trains me to not let it affect my emotion. I mean, I could hide from it, cool, if I block it and remove it, but you can't really hide from it all the time in the world. You're going to come in contact with these things. So it kind of helps me to be like, you know what? I could keep scrolling. I got that right. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or yeah. I could choose to input some positivity into the situation also, but I would say it's about 50-50 on my timeline.
Yeah, Tara said, "Whoa, I'm glad my good expectations are far higher than that average."
Word.
What's going on, man?
What's up, Chef? Yeah, I mean, I would say that. Man, I had a thought just on the tip of my tongue.
It escaped you.
Yeah, it sure did. But yeah, we can. Oh yeah. I think, yeah, I think a lot of folks don't realize that they can, or I won't say a lot, but way too many people don't realize that they can just simply exercise the option of not saying anything and scrolling.
Yep.
Like some folks just act like they have to say something, and then they get themselves they walk into a negative space, or they get embroiled in these arguments, and it's just like, you could have literally just, if you didn't necessarily think that, if you thought that blocking or that person unfriending them or whatever was a little bit too much, you literally could just exercise your right to say nothing and scroll.
Yeah.
And your piece is preserved, and you use that energy somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that that's where the problem lies. I don't think people understand their jurisdiction and their boundaries. Like, my jurisdiction is not the police E's happiness.
Right.
If E wants to be miserable, that's on him. What's within my jurisdiction is to be the light. If my light is too bright for E, that ain't my responsibility either. If E can't handle my light and can't be around me, it's not my power to try to bring E into that light. That's E's decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think a lot of people understand the things that they truly can control. The only thing you can control is kind of what both of you all are saying is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can choose to give into evil. You can choose to allow it to affect you. You can choose all of those things. But I will say this too, when you develop a standard of protecting you, people know how to come at you.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
And even when people come at you wrong, it disrupts their spirit.
Mm-hmm.
They know when they've trespassed.
Mm-hmm.
And they spend more time trying to justify it than to rectify it. So,
yep, goes to the post you made the other day.
Yep.
Like little kids walking away from a mess.
Yep. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. What's your thoughts, E?
Oh, I'm going first.
Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second while you thinking. He's talking about check y'all out. That one person that always argues in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Who we talking about?
I think she's talking about in general.
In general,
Yeah.
I'm about to say, hold on.
I don't do the internet arguments.
Some people are drawn to drama. Most of those people need the type of energy being dispersed right here. We agree, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you believe that some people just come off wrong on social media? You can go on and answer that as you talk about.
No, that's a fact. People definitely come off wrong on social media all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But according to the quote though, I definitely get what it's saying, but I'm just gonna dig a little deeper with that.
Go ahead.
What does it really mean to be yourself? I mean, we're all compilations. Like we're all compilations of people. Nobody's doing anything unique at this point as far as like who they are. You are featuring someone. Bits and pieces of who you come across. It might be positive, might be negative, but when you say be yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean like not be like anyone? Like what is it? I would like you brothers to kind of answer that for me. Like how can you define that without eliminating influence and people who mold you to be better people?
I like how Edom turned into the Whoopi Goldberg of our show.
What you mean?
He like, I'm the moderator.
I'm not.
I'm gonna take this. Y'all go ahead and explain.
I'm gonna answer your question, and I'm gonna pose a question based off of this, and y'all answer this.
I see your quote and raise another question.
It's to help us better understand what the quote.
I want y'all to tell me what this means. Come on, Professor E.
Nice. So what I take now, because I used to not know what being yourself meant, and that was one of the questions that I struggled to answer even for myself. But to me, being yourself is just really letting not suppressing the natural, organic, or personality that you are. I mean, and you are right that we do have influences and we do have tutelage and we do have all these things that we experience as we get older. But I'm a firm believer in that the organic you always comes out at some point in time, especially if you try the more you try to suppress it, or the more you try to be something that is not the organic you. It always comes out in some shape or form, in some way, in some avenue, in some situation.
Okay, but like, what do you say to like?
Chef said you need a political pivot. Chanel said, "What's up, bro?
What up, iconic?
Iconic." So what you about to say?
What up, brothers?
What you about to say, E?
You know how like you do something you do something kind of upset, do something kind of wrong, and your mother looks at you and says, "Oh, that's your father, and you just like your father," or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just. And she looking at it like, I know your true colors is gonna come out because you're like your dad. And technically, is that kind of like, am I being myself or am I being what I inherited in a sense? You know what I mean?
I think it's a combination.
When you say the true colors come out, it's still a product of how they're raised. Maybe their mom comes out of them when they're under pressure. Maybe their dad comes out of them when they're in love, or
Yeah, I think it's a combination of that. I think what we've done, and a lot, and it happens in this culture. I think we've taken an extreme approach to everything. Like you can't say something and something just literally be exactly what it is, nothing more, nothing less. People add to it. Like it is very much true that I can be a product of my environment, but how I respond is different than everybody else.
Yep.
That doesn't make me less than. Like a prime example, we have a large family. My mom is 17 out of 18. My daddy is 4 out of 6. You see what I'm saying? My grandmother was like 8 out of 12. So we've had a large family, but that large family for me and my brother right above me overwhelmed us where we were like, you're lucky we got 2 kids. We don't go to family functions. We don't go to any of that. That doesn't mean that those experiences are not a part of our life. It's just shaped us to respond differently. And I think that sometimes people say, like, just because a person can influence you or influence your actions, it doesn't take away from your person. Only you, meaning you, Jay, only Jay can determine when Jay is being his organic self. You can see things and all of those things. That's what makes eternal wars so difficult to fight. And that's why we have so many people who are casualties to other people's internal war, because you don't know what they're dealing with. People lashing out at stuff that you don't know anything about. But one thing for sure is J Dot knows if Jay is being fake or not. You don't have jurisdiction to tell me if I'm being fake or true or not, because you don't know what level of restraint I'm exercising just to be in your presence sometimes.
Yeah, very true. That's fact. Yeah. What's up, Iconic?
What's going on, brother?
Jason said to be your honest and true self unapologetically, without any doubt or concern as to what other perceptions are. That's when you become uncomfortable and confident in your true identity. And at that point, nothing else can impact your inner well-being. They were waiting on you. They was like, where's Iconic?
Yo,
what's up, Iconic? Good to see you,
what's
bro.
What's going on, everybody?
Missing
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you fine.
All right.
Why are we looking up to you tonight?
Sorry, I'm having to use my phone. My computer's acting up. Everything's acting up today. It's been a fun day with technology.
Yeah, technology's fickle sometimes.
Technology don't work sometimes.
That's what I mean by fickle.
Don't use big words. It just doesn't work.
Fickle's a small word.
Rhymes with pickle.
Sound like a big word though.
So the quote E, you the one asked the question. You gotta answer your own question.
Yeah, bro.
What was the question?
The thing about what I've noticed from my experiences in the world, most people just try to turn you into something that makes them more comfortable to be around you.
Okay.
And that might be problems with them, or you might actually have issues with yourself that is uncomfortable to be around, you know?
Yeah.
And there are some people that manipulate you for gain, of course, but for the most part, people just want to feel comfortable around you. So they try to either cover up their insecurities by shutting down where you're brave at, you know, basically try to mold you. And I don't think there's a percentage you can look at to see how many people fall victims to this, but I think in all of us, we've all been kind of manipulated in a way.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Are you saying negatively or positively?
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you 1,000%.
Because some people respect the rebel too. Like some people are rebels, and it's like, this is how I feel comfortable. But society would try to mold you into something that you just don't feel comfortable doing, and that's still a great accomplishment to be able to say, no, I'm standing firm on what I believe in, even though it's not popular. It might be looked at as counter.
And I say we definitely struggle with admitting that several things can be true at one time.
Absolutely.
Adolf Hitler was perceived as an evil man, but you can't deny he was a great leader. It is like, no, he wasn't. He was a horrible person. He could be both. It's just like everybody's deadbeat dad is like the best stepdad and the best uncle.
Right.
It's like, how is that possible? But it is. And I think that a lot of people struggle with knowing that those multiple things can happen at one time, you know?
Yeah. No, that's something that I think that it transfers to social media, because on social media there's a lot of it's this or that, and there's not a lot of and or, you know.
And I hate it because like when somebody is looking in their mirror, and because you're fake with being yourself, they want to project that fakeness onto somebody else. Like, be real. I am being real.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that I ain't got a fake. I ain't got a front for you. And so some people can't digest being real because they've been fake for so long. So they just assume that level of phoniness is in the next person. And I'm like, you can't police me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Jason said, go back and reread his previous statement. Which one, Jason?
The technology. Oh, you might be talking about.
And he said technology is the most inconvenient convenience we have today.
So true.
To be your honest and true self unapologetically without any doubt or concern as to what others' perceptions are, that's when you become comfortable and confident in your true identity. And at that point, nothing else can impact your inner well-being. Africa, what's going on?
What's up, Africa?
Africa is another one that'll be dope to have on, man, because her logic is like amazing.
Man, she be going to war on social media. She just did it today with a post about student loans and stuff. I was on there like, look at her. She just chose chaos today. I'm gonna read it too.
She chooses it every day, and she don't care either. So let's get to the next one. You gonna read that one, bro?
Yeah, I got you. Self-respect is the fruit of discipline. The sense of dignity grows with the ability to say no to oneself. Abraham Joshua Heschel?
I don't know how to pronounce that, but self-respect is the fruit of discipline. And the sense of dignity.
He's a Jewish guy.
With the ability to say no to oneself. A sense of dignity grows with the ability. I agree with that.
Yeah, the first part definitely speaks to me. Self-respect is the fruit of discipline, just because it's easy to be in a root sense. It's easy to be destructive. It's easy to be negative. Those things they go hand in hand, and it's easy to give into those things and to bask in those things. Whereas self-respect takes discipline to really hold up a standard and to also just go against what is really just fed to us all the time, which, as we talked about earlier, is negativity.
You know, before you say that, it was something that E said that I thought about. When E said something to the effect in the last quote about how most people basically, and I'm paraphrasing, want you to be in a way that's tolerable for them.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
That's how I feel. That's what I feel about parenting, and that's why I have a problem with parenting, because a large part of parenting is stripping the child of being their organic self and being what the parent deems as appropriate and tolerable.
Yep.
So a lot of times when these little people become adults, they don't mesh well in society because they're trying to meet this home standard that may not be appropriate for the rest of society.
Yep.
And a lot of parents don't understand, like, sometimes even doing the best you can do can still cause damage.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So that's why I think this statement to me resonated more, because self-respect is a fruit of discipline. Like, it takes a lot of discipline to unlearn the habits and the muscle memory that you have that go along with certain behaviors.
Right.
And if you want to get to that place where you respect you, not where others respect you, but where you respect you, it is going to take a higher level of discipline that only you can have. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that resonated with me a lot. What y'all got over there in cyber world?
I agree with that statement. The first part of the statement, I agree with what y'all said. I think in some circumstances, having self-respect can increase your discipline too, right? I don't think that necessarily discipline always comes first, and then that self-respect is the fruit of that discipline. I think it takes some level of self-respect to be disciplined, also.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said it's not that or isn't on social media. We automatically think you know. Okay. So, oh, she said she did choose violence and
Chaos. Yep.
yes. And she said yes, y'all spitting tonight. Got it. What you want to add, E? And don't you be trying to flip it, Whoopi.
Yeah, don't pass.
No, I'm not gonna flip anything.
Elijah Goldberg.
I'm gonna address the second part of it. The sense of dignity grows with the ability to say no to oneself. To piggyback back off the last quote, talking about being yourself. Knowing yourself, you gotta kind of restrict yourself also, because you're gonna desire a few things if you look at it on a spiritual level. Like there's things your flesh is going to want, and to be able to tell your flesh, no, we don't. This is not good for me. It's not the right time to do this. That's a great sense of dignity right there. And I mean, so even in being yourself, you still have to tone your own self down, because yourself will still, you still have desires that even this is not appropriate, but you still desire it. So it's a part of you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to cut that off.
I so agree with that.
I do.
And I think that some people feel like just because knowing yourself don't mean to publicly display everything. Like people confuse confidentiality and transparency. Like I can have thoughts, feelings, and actions. I don't have to act on them, but as long as I know what they are, I'm good with that. So I agree. It's just that some people say, well, I got to be real. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go cuss this person out. For what? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And it's like somebody always think that their struggle, their battle, their point of view is stronger than the next. And you don't know. Somebody, yeah, I can fight, but you don't know where that other person came from. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like you choose violence with that mouth and somebody might shut that mouth. And a lot of people don't understand that. And it's like you don't know the heat that somebody else is carrying. And you ain't got to tell everybody. Just know you. And if you know what you believe, it's fine. Yeah. You just shut the hell up and keep it moving. But we don't know how to do that.
I agree, Jay. But I think in today's world, honestly, that's becoming harder and harder. Like for people to truly understand, like you don't have to put your stuff out there in the public necessarily, right? Like you could still be very confidential, but still know yourself and respect yourself without having the rest of the world having to do that for you. Gotcha. Right. And I feel like right now in social media world, that's what people do though. I mean, it's like anybody that want, for example, let's talk about losing weight. People that are trying to lose weight, discipline themselves to lose weight. And I'm not saying this to throw shade at anybody that shares, their weight loss or whatever on social media. I'm just using this first example popped in my head because I see it a lot. But it's almost as if they don't put it on social media, then it somehow takes away from that discipline or that self-respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they didn't post it, it's almost like they're afraid that if they don't post it, that they won't continue forward.
Right. It's almost like it's not even real to them. They don't post it.
They're looking for other people to discipline them, right? Mm-hmm. Like be like, yeah, bro, keep going. Yeah, bro, keep going. You're doing good. You're doing good. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but when you can't not do that and continue forward, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree 1,000%, even with that example. And I think where some people confuse it is just because you might think it's extra, another person may not feel that way.
Right.
Like I can give a prime example. When I talked about my molestation, I had an aunt and at the time, even my mother-in-law told me, you shouldn't speak about that. People will think things. I don't care what they think. It's not about that for me. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So some people feel like I tell too much on social media, but you can't police what come out this mouth.
Right.
And it's funny because I share so much, some people think they know me, and I'd be like, you don't even know half of me.
Yep.
And I think that some people confuse just because you wouldn't do it, you don't have jurisdiction on what somebody else would do, and you don't know the reason why they do it. Because it's funny how them memories pop up. Wasn't that you who posted it? Somebody posted that about, maybe that was Alex, who posted about how they was, I don't see them, I'm happy to be with you or something.
Did. That was Alex. That was Alex.
But sometimes social media is like a journal for some people, so they can see their progression.
Right.
And so that accountability factor is a form of self-discipline because they know, like, if I put it out there, I ain't gonna embarrass myself. So I'm gonna do it. But then you do have some people who are doing it for attention, doing it for hype, doing it for other reasons. But I think a level of self-discipline goes like what you were saying earlier. A level of self-respect gives you a higher level of discipline with saying, well, I ain't gonna put nothing out there that I'm gonna be embarrassed by. So if I'm about to tell these people I'm gonna lose weight, they ain't gonna see me fat 6 months from now.
Yeah.
And I think that's another balancing scale that only the
person knows.
That person knows. Nikki said, to respect myself, I must practice self-discipline. I owe myself better than my wayward choices when my mind gets weak. Come on, wayward.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Listen to Dave Chappelle when keep it
real goes wrong. Some of the funniest skits ever in life.
About okay, pastors. She also said social media is a soapbox.
It can be for some people, sure.
You're gonna read this long one. You got it.
Jason said, all people are born with a desire to define themselves in our world. What they see daily becomes either a crutch or a motivator. I preach to my kids that you know what's right. You can either choose to accept the things you see around you or stay true to what God, what we have faith in to be is right. It's up to us as parents to be directing force.
Agreed.
I agree. And we act like we so like not that way. Like I'm a button pusher. Like if there's a button on that wall and it say don't push it,
you're gonna be like the gym where it's like don't push that button.
Right? Like don't. And if you tell me not to do something, I'm gonna find a way to do it. And so if my kids exhibit that behavior, I didn't teach them that. But I know that they're gonna push that button. So why am I getting mad at it? I'm right here talking about who raised you. You, the button pusher. The button pusher raised the mini button pusher.
Yep.
And I think we struggle with that. Like we think like some of that stuff. I do think the joy of parenting, the joy of community is the different responses to certain things. We look at sometimes some things that are burdens that really could be beautiful rewards, in my opinion. Like it's funny to see another version of me. It may get on my nerves sometimes, but it's still funny. We need the validation. Oh, okay. People are hardwired to receive praise and recognition. Sometimes others are inspired by watching your journey.
Now, that is true.
That's also true. Yep.
She said those memories being humbling. And so,
Chanel, I go with you there because some of the pictures from 8-10 years ago. Oh my goodness.
Bro, man, I never share my memories for that reason. I never share my memories. I don't even be looking at them. Like, I'm good. I'm past that now.
I share them because sometimes
that's what made you, bro.
Yeah, but that's again, that goes back to, and this is what I was gonna add to what you were saying, right? Like, yeah, there are some very positive things you can get out of sharing or quote unquote oversharing on social media. But it's all, to me, it's all based on your intention. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it to get recognition? Are you doing it to get praise? Or are you doing it because it's helping you in whatever it is that you're doing? Like, is it truly is it, because I be seeing people just, and I'm not talking about you, Jay, so I don't want you to think I'm talking about you, but people just be sharing some stuff that I'm just like what was the purpose of sharing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, all you wanted was either attention, to start an argument, you know what I'm saying? Something that had nothing to do with the purpose of what it is you're trying to accomplish. So I think it goes back to that intention part too. Like, why are you doing it? But I definitely think there's positive. I mean, even in music, like I don't have a choice. If I want to be successful in music, I have to share on social media, which I suck at because I don't like sharing on social media. But
I like sharing and I like taking pictures.
Yeah. I do. I have grown more accustomed to sharing things on social media too, because I'm connected to such great and dope people that it's just become commonplace for me to just share certain things, because it's like, yo, these things and these people in my life are amazing. So I just want to share this. I mean, and I will say that for some people, social media is Some people don't have, like Jay said earlier, you don't know what people are going through, what forces they're battling. Some people just in their personal life, in their personal space, they don't have anyone to encourage them. So sometimes people go to social media because they literally have people who are like, I don't know you, we've never met, but hey, you like, you're doing it and keep going. Like sometimes that's all that people need. And I think that's why, also to what Jay said about policing other people, I think that's why people need to stop doing that, because you never know what people are looking for, what they need, or what is going to drive them in a certain moment.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah. I mean, that's why. Oh, my bad, bro. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, me personally, I'm not a fan of social media. I'm on the opposite spectrum when it comes to social media. I'm way more often without it than I am with it. Because me personally, to have so many different opinions constantly in my face is just not good for me personally. Because it sways me a lot. Like a lot of people on my timeline I'm very connected to, and I tend to feel what people are feeling because out of sympathy or empathy. I don't know which words to use right there, but I don't like the roller coaster of emotions all day. I like to wake up in a level-headed and just however I want to feel that day is influenced by me as much as possible.
Yeah.
Got you. I do.
And that's really you. And I could say, because you kind of remind me of Alex, our friend Alex. You're so matter of fact, even in your response. They don't know how to take it. Be like, well, what are you saying here? And you're like, no, I'm really just saying what I said. And it's like, no, it's nothing to it. But I would say, like, I think that some people confuse, like, some people have professions and they're prepared to talk about what they talk about. Like for me, I taught online. I taught for several years. I came out of higher ed. For me, social media is an extension of online learning, you know? And so a lot of people don't understand that. And then also the stuff that I talk about as it relates to Love is a Parable came from 19 years of professional experience and learning. And I have the credentials behind it, you know? So I'm not just a casual person just saying something. I'm a person who busts my tail to learn the things that I've learned. So an unresearched person can't come to me with something that I've been researching for 19 years. And when we look at social media, just because it's casual to some, we can't assume it's casual to others, because some people, it is their life work and it is things that they've really done, and it's a vessel and a tool to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that we sometimes have more respect for the assumed standard professions than those professions we know very little about sometimes.
Yeah, and that's why I say, man, social media can be anything. It's not one thing all the time, or even most of the time. It can be so many different things. Like Jay said, he says it's an extension of online learning. I've never heard anybody say that, you know, but that's another thing that social media can be, an extension of online learning. It can be, you know, like someone else's journal, like we said before. It can be literally so many things. And that's why I say it's a malleable force, because you can make it to be whatever you want. And some people make it something negative and others make it something positive and uplifting.
Yeah. Did we read Africa? She said it's levels, but you all have great points and some truth to everything you all are saying. She said she pleaded the fifth with that.
On what?
On that social media comment. And she said, in my head, I'm not pressing buttons. I'm challenging folk to think outside of what the norm is. And that's true, because she doesn't look her age and she doesn't look like the level of experience that she has. And so, like, it's funny when the younger ones come at her and she be like, baby.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that that's what people, I mean, I think that that's okay.
Yeah, and I've personally seen and interacted with Africa as well. And one thing I don't like, one thing I do like about what Africa says and how she moves on social media is she does not talk in absolutes very much at all. And I appreciate people who do that, just because there's a lot of that on social media, which is, I think, is one of the more negative aspects of social media.
Tara told me she like her personal page. We know my personal page makes me all too happy. Yep. I can stroll me all day and do
all the Woosah garden posts, big sis. Yeah,
and her yard.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what I mean, the Woosah garden.
No, it's about in her yard, like her personal page and her yard.
Yeah.
I don't. After she said she felt that, I'm not sure what she felt, but
I think you're talking about E's comment. I actually want to go back to that. What did you say, E? I'm trying to remember. You said you don't go on social media.
Oh, because most of the people who I follow, I know most of them, so I'm like connected with some of them. So like if I rock with you, what you feeling, I tend to kind of feel too. So I don't like the range of emotions that the average person goes through because I'm usually a level person. So and I like to stay in a zone that I'm comfortable with. So just that constant up or down. Oh, this person had a baby, joy. Oh, this person's sad because he's dying. Oh, pray for him. And then it's just like, damn, now I'm here. It's just too. I don't think the average person is meant to be bombarded with that many different opinions constantly. No.
Yeah,
it is, and I actually agree with that. And I'm gonna challenge myself to try to balance myself out because I do notice, like, even with my own self, if I'm on social media too long that day, when I'm done, I'm tired, I'm irritated. It doesn't even matter if it was all happy stuff, right? It's just like you said, it's a bombardment of all these feelings and emotions and thoughts and ideas, and it's just like, man, I'll be so tired. It'll be 3 p.m. I'll be tired after watching TikToks for hour. You know what I'm saying? Like you just dive into this black hole, and it's But I just wanted to bring that back up because I was trying to remember what it was. Thank you.
I would say it's like a drug for a depressed person to just continue to abuse themselves with, like constantly not being happy with yourself only because people appear to be where you think you should be, whether it be weight. You're scrolling down and you see the before and after. Somebody lost 150 pounds and you struggling to lose 10, or somebody hit a financial goal and you can't get out of your parents' house and stuff like that. That's just constantly beating yourself down, thinking that. And a lot of times it's not even real, you know. But it just appears to be, and in your mind you want it to be, so you think it's attainable to go these certain directions, you know. Instead of just, that's not your lane. That's not where you are. Just do the best you can in your life. Influence only positively, and take it from there.
That's a whole word, bro.
Yeah,
and Jay know this. And Jay know this because remember, Jay, it was like a few months ago, I was going through social media and you asked me what was wrong. And I was like, man, I've been looking at social media and like all these people that I know in music are doing so well. And I feel like I'm stagnant. So it's like this innate response to like compare yourself to everybody else on social media that might be doing the same thing that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right. And then you put yourself in this weird mood too. So that's,
And I think that's about self-respect and discipline for both of you who are not that way. Like for me, I don't care what none of these people be saying for the most part. I only care about the people I care about. But when we talk about the positive of bad things happening to you, it's easy for me to detach an emotion. It's just easy for me to do. And so I have to work on like, keep the emotion there, stay caring, because I can just detach it. It's like, when I go through my stroll, if somebody say something stupid, I don't feel like entertaining, it's gone. It's like, delete it.
You're a robot. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you're a robot.
It's not a robot, but I'm conditioned for a certain environment that's okay. Now, if you flip it, if you put me outside with a whole bunch of people where it's people-y, that's sensory overload for me, and I can't handle that, and I have to leave.
Because it's physical.
It's not that, because I end up like what he's saying, I can feel what other people are feeling and what they're going through. That's too much.
Gotcha.
And when you're in person, you can't just scroll.
Right.
They're right there. You know, you have to tolerate what they're saying.
Walk away though. You can walk away though.
Like, in the beginning, I would have Houdini in a minute. I'd be like, hey y'all. They'd be like, where Jay at home?
Ghost.
Before they get the hey out, I'm at home. But that's my discipline. And so now the only thing that I tell people now is like, I can't handle that. If it's too much going on, I'm gonna have to leave. So it's the total opposite. And I think that this is a prime example of how we're all different, but we all can complement one another. Like, keep me on social media. I'm good. Give me my 2 monitors. I'm typing all day long. Don't care. Get up like, woo, what's next?
Yeah.
Put me in front of people. I got to go lay down.
Yeah.
Have me in about a whole bunch of people. I can't take that. I can't do it. And I think that it's okay to know what your balances are. And that's why it's good to have friends. And so the flip side for me too, when me and Lita moved up here to North Carolina, I didn't have a community. I didn't have a family. Social media literally became my family. Everybody that I know, everybody that supports me, how I started my business, everything is because of social media. So I have a total different feeling, respect, love, admiration, and all of that for social media. But when we get too people-y like outside there, that's where it become a little challenging for me.
See, I had the opposite experience. Social media done screwed so many things in my life. So I don't have a good relationship with social media, which is why I don't like social media.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
And that's why we can balance it. I'd be like, you go out with the people.
Yeah.
And I stay like, how many times you done taught me to go into an event? Be like, come on, I really don't want to go see them people.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's stay.
Yeah.
You can FaceTime me. I'll go, you FaceTime me, and you'll be there. Social media style.
You go, I stay here. I stay here. I stay here.
And I'm 50-50. Like, I'm good sometimes on social media. I like being around
you
people.
50-50.
Yeah. But at some point in time, either one can be too much. I'm just gonna withdraw over this way. But
you Mr. Butterfly. You the social butterfly.
Until I'm not.
Tell them who threw the best parties.
You already know them parties was house party 92 reminiscent. You know what I'm saying?
That just was like Bender when COVID hit. He aged like 10 years. He's like, people, I need people. Let me see. Nikki said, I take my social media seriously in regards to the people on my friend list. I am authentic, and some people don't deserve to know me like that.
Hey, I get it.
Oh man.
She's talking about yes that.
I don't know what you yes that to.
She's talking about what what Ahmed said, what Iconic said. Like if I was logged out now, I'd miss this great dialogue today.
Hey,
thank you.
Yeah.
Jason said social media is a conglomerate of ideas, concepts, opinions, and points of view. That's what makes it great. We don't have to be on the same page all the time, but we need to be having dialogue. We need to have the ability to digest what others are thinking or feeling. It's only feeds us internally. It only feeds us internally. Listen, Linda. See, like these type of combos are healthy. Hence why I like my page too. Oh, she's like, Jason, I agree with your statement. Oh. Tell it, Jay. Cordell has to be with people. Has to be on social media.
Wow. That's what wow. Et tu, Brute? Oh.
It's a good 80-20 though, bro.
Is it?
Because that's what we talking about, our balance. Like, even in the beginning, you used to go to the events.
Yeah.
And I didn't go. I would leave you. Because it just worked. I'd be like, I'm going to do a cameo. You stay. It'd be like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You'd be like, yeah, bro, it was great. It was exciting. I'd be like, I'd be so drained. I would be so freaking drained if I was around that many people that long.
Yeah. I mean, I think the balance is going more towards not right in the middle, but more towards the middle now, simply because of doing more reflection, but I also know that I like to bring people together. And so like that's one of the things where I like being around people. I like to bring people together just to be around people. Like I don't like to go to little small stuff. It's like, oh, it's just a couple. It's like, no, why can't we and them? Why can't we all be together?
Yeah, he that joker that'll push everybody's table together. Let's just come. So I got a question because I know kind of your background, but I don't know Iconics and Ease enough. Do you think our family dynamics influence the way that we deal with social media and people? Because like
you know why I would say yes? Because I say this all the time. Majority of my cousins are not on social media.
Got it.
Or majority of my cousins, they're just not. I have to reach them direct through phone. They don't have. I'm talking about no Facebook, no anything. They just don't have it. So
Yeah.
I would probably think that has something to do with family.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I would say to an extent, maybe, yeah. I mean, like my father, for example, my father does not like social media. He completely against it. Anytime he sees anybody on their phone, if we're supposed to be having dinner, spending time together, anybody touches their phone, he'll make a statement about it. Like, he just doesn't like it. He likes people living in the moment that you're living in. If you are supposed to be hanging out with us, then hang out with us. You know what I'm saying? Not spending time on social media. Even if I'm not on, I mean, he was like that about watching TV, playing video games, anything to him that seemed, what's the word for it?
What, impersonal?
Like, not just impersonal, but like almost like a waste of time. Like, why are you doing this? Go do something better with your life. You know, that was always his mentality. So to an extent, I feel like yeah, that has impacted, the way that I see social media to a certain extent. But I also, my mom is always on social media, so it's like there's a balance there somewhere, But
yeah, because I can definitely say, like, that's why my family was so large in the people-y thing. All them people coming to our house and you got to sleep on the floor and all that. I can't take it. I know that influenced it, but me in my own little world, I can cut off. And so I actually do more work, and this has actually been scientifically proven. People, if you're moving your hands and doing something, you actually retain more information. Mm-hmm. But I do it not just because I'm learning digitally. I'm learning. It helps me with my anxiety. Like, it's so many people here. It's so many people here. I don't really like small talk. I don't like intimate settings too much. And that's why I can only take like one person at a time. Mm-hmm. I'm like, do we gotta go like around all of them? Can we just be one? So I can't do all of that. And so I think that goes to our other statement about how we need to take the time to truly learn our people, not just in romantic relationships, but anybody we're connected to.
Yeah, not for real.
Iconic. Yeah. How often do you post?
Every day.
Sometimes it's every day. Sometimes it'll be like weeks will go by and I won't post something.
Oh, so you fluctuate. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not consistent. Which from a music business standpoint, I need to be more consistent on that. But I've before, like maybe like a couple of years ago, I was heavy on social media, man. I would go on there just to mess with people.
Which medium do you use the most?
For music, it's Instagram. For messing with people and love is a parable, brother empowerment stuff, like community stuff, it's usually Facebook.
Okay. I got you.
And for me, being a military kid, staying connected with people that you met at different places in the world was almost impossible before social media. Like, you had email and stuff, and you could make phone calls, but telling how much it was going to cost or anything like that. And so social media has allowed me to do that with people seamlessly. So that's one of the reasons that I am a somewhat heavy social media user. This was before being involved with Love is a Parable. Now it's complete another level. But that's how I stay connected to a lot of people. So, I mean, a lot of times when I'm on social media, it's really just to check on or see what people that I've known for a long time are doing. And I can call them and text stuff like that. But also, social media gives me a even more insight because I can literally see what's going on with them.
Don't you text me.
Cordell, you still writing your pen pal from elementary school, ain't you?
On social media,
yeah. Yeah, because I don't know what I do without Facebook Messenger, because it's my friend. It's just so easy. Don't text me. I got like 700 unread text messages.
Yeah, so that's why people say you're on it too much, and it's like, what's too much, and do you know what I'm doing on here?
And I will not answer your call and text you back. I'm one of them. I will not answer your phone call and text you back.
Can I ask y'all a question? Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think social media holistically changed our lives for the better or for the worse? Because before social media, we were fine too, were we not?
In regards to
It
what?
made just in general communicating, uh,
It made me better. It made my life
I'm
better.
I'm gonna say like
I was depressed
with
and on a
most
whole bunch of drugs.
with most technology is how you use it. It's all a matter of how you use it. For some people, it's negative. For some people, they built their entire empire based off of social media and helped thousands of people, brung immediate news to people that needed it. Like, it's a give or take. But because we're humans and we tend to head towards the negative side, it's majority used for foolishness. I would say majority of social media is probably memes that make no sense, sexual content, and then you got the little sprinkle of news and positivity. But
I mean,
I would say it's been used negatively, but toward the individual, it's all a matter of how you use it. You can use it for whatever you want it to be.
I mean,
I think from a news standpoint, it definitely changed the world, right?
Yeah.
Because now everybody there's no lying about news no more, right? We got photos, we got pictures, people posting. I think it definitely leveled out the news aspect, but I'm talking about from a personal aspect. So like to society as a whole, without the news part, right? Has it truly added anything that we needed, or was it
No?
Or was it?
Of course it has.
For me, it helped, and I mean, it helped me because I started my whole business out of social media.
Yeah.
I also found my tribe. Those are things I never would have done. And my social media is not a lot of my family, and it's not because they're not on social media. I just don't have dealings with them. Except my granddaddy's side of the family. Now, a lot of them I'm cool with, but it helped my life tremendously, and I see the impact. And like, hell, all y'all. Yeah. Y'all literally came to me via social media, and
you saw me in person though.
No, but I was following you on social media first. That's how I knew who you were. Remember I said your face looked familiar, and I was following you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to being a fan.
Yeah.
What you think, Iconic?
I mean, I think it depends. It depends on the demographic that you're talking about. I think for the younger generations, I think it's a complete waste of life. It's a bad thing for the developing mind to get into, because it teaches them things that are not necessarily real, right? Like, you can be yourself and not get likes or comments or shares, and you'll be fine. But to a developing mind, if they post, and we're talking about, like, I've seen, I don't know the exact statistics, but I've seen articles about a rise in suicides and in depression due to bullying on social media or not getting enough likes. So I feel like for the developing mind, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think there's anything good for anybody under the anybody that's not an adult, already developed adult. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, I don't think there's anything good that they can get from it. So personally, like with my kids, there's no way I'm letting them on social media before college, at least. That's when social media hit us. Facebook didn't show up until we were in college.
Before that,
well, I'm saying to like the general public when they open it up to all universities.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about MySpace, but proceed.
Oh yeah, I forgot about MySpace.
Well, I'm older than all of y'all. Before that, it was College Club.
Black Planet.
It was College Club and Black Planet.
AIM.
Yeah.
I mean, even when AOL Instant Messenger came out, I stopped going outside because I wanted to be on AOL Instant Messenger that could barely stay connected for 5 minutes till somebody called the house phone. Right? But it was like this private chat, whatever. And I don't know. I just feel like for the developing mind, it's a definite no. I don't see a purpose for it. Now, if you're talking about people that are running businesses, people that are putting positive news out there, people that are trying to, make an impact on something or sell a product, definitely, it's a seamless, free marketing tool. Why wouldn't you use it? Honestly, if you have a business and you're not on social media, you're losing money. and you're doing yourself a disservice.
Correct.
But if you're just out there doing it for clout, doing it for likes, doing it for comments, I don't see the purpose in that.
But to each his own.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like dieting, don't go extreme one way. I think that some people have used social media as a reason not to parent. Mm-hmm. Some people have used social media as a reason to parent. I do believe that you have to be prepared for that, because like the benefit is, like, for instance, when we post a girl's birthday, they like to get my phone and read the comments, and that makes them feel good, and that makes them feel like they're connected to a larger community. So I do think it's how we expose them. And I think when we get into the absolute area, I think it's more of a detriment, because now it's that group of people who were like live closeted lives or sheltered lives, and they go all ham on everything. So I think it's a balancing act of giving a little and showing them how to prepare for that, especially if they're going to go into a social media world.
Yeah, I don't think
it's kind of like the sex talk now.
Yeah. And I don't think you can I don't think you can separate the social aspect of social media and ask if it's a good thing or whatnot. It's a part of it, because it's connectivity, and it's also media, and also it's the advancement of technology. So, an advancement is not comfortable for some people, and in some people's eyes, advancement of anything isn't good, especially technology. So social media to me is of that same realm. Some people don't like it because it literally means advancement, and they don't get it, or they don't want to deal with something that is going to open up more avenues of a whole bunch of other stuff. So they demonize it.
Y'all, we done missed all these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Chanel said being an extrovert during these times are hard. Mm-hmm. And Rashia said, yep, I'm usually ready to sit down and stay at home. Cordell. Nikki said social media also helps. It let you know that you're not alone, or to get out of your own feelings and realize some folks would love to have your problems. Rashia say she love your daddy, Iconic. Be in the moment. She like your daddy. Be in the moment, Cordell. Hey, Felicia. One of my former students. Africa said, yes, Facebook has made that all possible, but I do have love-hate relationship. It's my profile.
It's Zucker.
And she's talking about it's both. Look, they both, all of them said it's both. Twitter can be a cesspool of BS. Facebook as well. However, treat social media like you treat your circle. Weed the BS out.
Simple.
And they got the Black Planet.
Yep.
Black Planet. Mm-hmm. I wasn't on any of those platforms. Facebook was my first experience. Chanel agreed with you. Stupid dial up.
Okay, good, man.
She said it has been a positive. My connections grew from online to real time. Global connections would have never happened. Developing minds still require parental guidance. Word. My youngest is totally next level. These next generations build upon what's here.
Absolutely.
The tech is not an enemy to them.
That part.
It's a tool.
Yep.
Rashia said MySpace had me coding. Didn't even know it right.
Flooded with 50 and 60, 70K jobs, and we was just doing it just
for fun.
You know what I'm saying?
Black Planet did too.
Yep.
All great points. Again, all of you are right. You all are doing a great job. She said she's doing it now.
Yep.
My 27-year-old son just said that last night.
Yeah.
So can I let me just can you pull up Tara's one more time? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. The parental guidance aspect is very important. So when I think about social media, I wanted to add that earlier. Social media, if without parental guidance to a developing mind, it's uncontrollable freedom, right? So I did want to add that point. The second thing, I agree. Tech is not an enemy, it's a tool for the ones that want to use it as a tool. But for a lot of them, it's their whole life. And that's when it becomes a problem. When it becomes your entire life, when your happiness is based off of how many likes you get on a post to a child, that's a problem. In my opinion. You don't have to agree, but in my opinion, that's not that's not life, yo. You're not
Yeah,
going
if
to
you're
go
living
to
most
job
of your
working
life
on
through social media.
Yeah.
No.
Well, in truth, if we're honest, a child shouldn't be on there. Like with Facebook, you got to be 13. That's the older Facebook, but then other ones you got to be 18, and then some of them even 21. So I do agree, and I think that's why they do have age limits on there.
Don't nobody follow those limits, bro. I be seeing like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10-year-old kids on social media.
I'm saying I agree with you. I'm saying I agree wholly, but that's why even Facebook has things in place. But you as a parent, if you're not doing it, the out of controlness isn't because of social media.
Right.
That's actually in the home because there is no control when it comes to those things.
I agree.
And, I don't even entertain a friend that like my niece ain't become my friend on social media until she was 18. Because you ain't supposed to be on here, in my opinion. You too young.
Yeah.
Even my Facebook cool, but no, when she turned 18, she got on there. And my oldest niece, she 32 and 34. So she's cool with it. But yeah, I think that we do have a social responsibility, and we act like social responsibility is going away as well. And I'm gonna tell if I see something, I tell. My godson 21, and I still tell on him. I tell his mama, and I tell him I'm gonna tell, and I call him and fuss at him. And what? I'm gonna tell it. You ain't gotta guess it.
Yo, Cordell, I found your secret TikTok page. I peeped the dance. Right.
Peep the dance moves. Send me the TikTok page, bro. I'm trying to post.
I got you. He thought I wasn't gonna find it.
I literally have no videos on there.
He don't. All he do is come on there one time a day like an old person and like everything. Like your mama. His mama pick one day and go through and like everything. And Cordell do the same thing. He just pick him a day. It's Sunday. Let me go and like everything from 2018. She said, Africa said, my granddaughter isn't allowed to TikTok as it has no censor.
Yeah,
like
TikTok
they be on video games cussing. We live on video games out before social media.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, streaming and all that was before Twitch and all that was YouTube pretty much primarily.
It was that game.
What?
It was a game that you used to build with, because I remember like
Sims?
No.
Minecraft.
Is that the one like it was a battle game that you can build with other people? No, it's a game that you could build and you build civilizations and you can partner with other people and y'all can bring your communities together. Because I ended up playing it in college. That's the only thing. I don't remember what the game is, but it was across the internet and y'all became friends and all of that stuff.
Yeah. There was a social aspect to video gaming way before social media. Actually, now that I think about it, like RPG games and stuff, people used to play those back in the day and stuff on the computer.
StarCraft and all that, yeah. But she said live on video games, like.
Come on now.
Okay, never mind. I'm trying to.
You was gonna bring your IT self in this.
I was, never mind.
See, that's what we're talking
about. Technical stuff.
I was trying to figure out what she was talking about.
You said live, young lady.
I need a clarification.
Leave that grandma alone.
Grandma, why you calling her grandma though?
I wasn't even gonna say that.
No, she literally is a grandma.
I know, but you just out there. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like people come at Africa like she a young woman, like a little young lady, and she like somebody grandma, and she have to check them with that. She just look young. You gotta meet Africa. She like amazing. She really is, and she'll tell people, "I'm somebody grandma." You know? Let me see. Social responsibility. Some children, teens, young adults are building businesses far earlier than we thought. It's potential, but you don't have to watch them from moment to moment in appropriate settings. But Lil Dude handles himself well. I listen in to his interactions.
Yeah.
Clash of the Clans.
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep. All that.
Did they have that? I thought that was a board game.
It was a video game too.
There's an online version.
Look, see, I told you about why I call her grandma. She's what I am.
What up, grandma?
Speak English and not that, Cordell.
You know what?
Come on, Cordell.
Can we block?
No, we have.
Can we block?
Did y'all see? Okay. These animation companies are foreshadowing the whole time. Okay.
I mean,
The whole time.
Yeah.
Y'all, we got to get off of here. It's been,
you know what I'm saying? We're 20 minutes over. Let's do it.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it though. This was fun.
Yeah.
I like that E is our little Elijah Goldberg.
He gonna moderate us.
He gonna moderate because he gonna ask you a question and he gonna flip it.
Yep.
I like his questions though. They be like thought provoking and they put you in a corner real quick.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
He'd be like, well, I'm gonna take this deep, and we'd be like, well, we know that.
We already know you're gonna do
We know
this.
that
E.
already.
We know you like this. Is how you've always been. But he likes to get that precursor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Before he push you in the deep end, we go in the deep end.
We like we know. We see you.
Yeah.
We see you.
That's just how I see things. I don't know.
We on the diving board and we see you. It's supposed to be one person. Why is it two? E?
You know what I'm saying?
You're like, I'm about to push you, okay? E, go and give your positive brother shout outs, bro.
Positive brother shout out. I'm gonna give a positive brother shout out to a good friend of mine. His name is Jarandi Saberi. He had just lost his brother last Saturday. He didn't wake up, his heart stopped. And Randy's a real close friend of mine, and that hit him kind of hard. So shout out to Randy, man. I'm praying for you.
Word.
Sure. Shout out to Randy. Iconic.
Given that a lot of people had to help me out today with my technology problems, I'd like to give a shout out to all the brothers that are still working late at night right now, trying to help people with their HVAC systems, and the people that are booked tomorrow and Friday to be working while everybody else sitting at home eating, enjoying their life, enjoying family. There's brothers out there that are still going hard. So shout out to all the brothers that are working hard nonstop.
Awesome. Yep. And shout out to those who are getting that paid time and a half.
Ooh, yeah.
Y'all the real MVPs.
Yup. We appreciate that, just like you appreciate that extra money. Shout out to all y'all brothers, man, for real, man. Y'all still here, y'all thriving. We're still connected. So I definitely want to shout out y'all brothers, man. It's been one heck of a year, and I want to shout out to Jason, all the other brothers that are in the live with us. I want to shout out to all the brothers that are get on social media and are a positive, uplifting force on social media, because those brothers do exist. Contrary to popular belief, there's quite a few of us out there that get on social media and don't want to just throw out negativity or any of that kind of stuff, man. So yeah, and I want to shout out to all the brothers that are dedicated to being brothers. That is real strength, real dedication. We need more of y'all.
Can I add to the social media shout out? Shout out to all the brothers trolling on social media, because y'all the ones that keep me awake during the day. Shout out to y'all trolls, man.
Shout out to the trolls.
You the troll.
Trolls are the best of all social media personalities.
So you giving yourself a shout out. So Iconic is giving himself a shout out. The Pharaoh troll.
The troll king.
I like to give myself a shout out. Rock said, sorry to hear that. He said he's in his prayers.
What's up, Rock, man?
Grandma said she in California. You in California? Okay, go ahead. She be living her best life. Mm-hmm. You was just in Vegas. Go ahead. I'm proud of you.
Hey, Rock, I'm gonna call you tomorrow too.
Yep. I'm definitely gonna give you guys a shout out. It's been a long time in the making, man. I'm so glad to see you here. We've been talking for a very long time. We've always had an instant connection. And I'm just excited about the things that are going to be happening for you.
Yeah.
Personally, have happened for you personally. And I'm just excited that you're fully embracing all of you. And I can't wait to celebrate all the great things that's going to be happening in your life.
Absolutely.
Because, I've been one of your cheerleaders, but you have several others that are rooting for you. And I'm just excited, bro, for you and the things that you're doing. And I enjoy every conversation. I even enjoy our arguments. We've been having good arguments. I make him stutter. He be stuttering sometimes. But I do appreciate you a lot. I'm proud of you and your music.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope that you can get on TikTok some more because, boy.
Yeah. Just be
that one he did on that Monica
Fuego.
Yeah, so I'm just excited about everything that's going on, man, and I'm gonna keep celebrating you, brothers. I'm gonna keep giving you guys love because you deserve it. You awesome, and we're all connected to something that's great. Brother Cordell, I can't wait because I need to lose weight for your wedding. Because I refuse to be fat I'm gonna be fat. Fatter in a tub.
Let me be the fat one, and you lose weight, and I'll gain weight.
First of all, you are small. You have to spend 10 years gaining weight to even match me.
No, I'll just have to eat Egyptian food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'll gain that much weight.
For 10 years.
For 10 years.
No. For 10 minutes. 10 minutes, that food is heavy, bro.
But I'm just excited, man, about everything that is happening for everybody. And people say, like, don't say anything about, 2022 being a year and all of that. That's bullcrap, because every year that we're living, every year that we're connected, everything that we got going on, we're going to reap a just reward for all the good that we putting out there. Mm-hmm. So there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I'm excited about the things that are coming forth. LinkedIn, met 2 brothers on LinkedIn that we're going to be collaborating with, who got some great things that's going to take us to the next level. That just happened this week. So I'm excited about the things that are in store. Yeah. Thank you for those who are still donating to Love is a Parable. This happened. Remember, this happened in 2019. Mm-hmm. In 2019, people were donating up onto the 31st. And we're going to tell you guys, those who believe in us, those who have taken our classes, have taken, and it's always the private ones. Mm-hmm. The ones who have taken the private sessions, still give, because we're making an impact and we want to make improvements. Remember, Brother Empowerment, this platform came a long way. Yeah. Go back and look at those if you don't think money is helping. Yeah. And we're going to continue to improve. So, guys, thank you for everybody that is helping. Any brother that feel like he is going through something, he feel alone, reach out to us. You can go to Love is a Parable / Brother Empowerment Impact, or you can go to Love is a Parable, just hit contact, or you can just reach out on social media. Any one of us. Don't feel like you're going through anything alone. There's no need to suffer. There's no thing to be behind. What? I'm behind on my adoption. Who is an accountant? Thank you guys for everything. And I just want you brothers to know that you're not alone. And like we tell people every time that we have this show, if you feel that nobody else in this world care about you or love you, you just met 4 people that do, and we will see you wonderful people next week.
Last show. Cause as they raising your spirits, you start embracing your fearless. You can't deny that you're clearing all the demons from your heart, wishing it from the start. To any brother that wanna step in and be a part, cause it's easier to do it together than be apart. Hope to be the beacons of light that can shine in the dark.